Hey everybody, it's Jenny Keel, Launch Children's Ministry Director. Let's go through our volunteer training real quick. So first of all, we want to say thank you so much. This is actually the first year that we've had all of our catechists covered well before class, and we are so blessed. Thank you for helping bring Christ to the kids of this parish. So here are the staff members that are going to help you through everything. I am not only the director, but I'm the pre-K through first grade coordinator. Kristen Ott does year 2 through 5th grade and Voyage. Isabella Sikora is the assistant director, and she's also in charge of all of sacraments. Lynn Hodges is our volunteer coordinator, and Susan Rhodes is the one who does our office administration. So if you need anything from us, just please reach out. So we do start back August 17th through the 19th, and we hope that you are excited, but there might be some things that you're a little bit nervous about as well, and that's okay. If there is anything you're unsure about or you want to reach out to us for, please let us know. We are here to help you the entire way, even if it's just through prayer. So the first thing we want to talk to you about is all the resources that we provide you. So we do give you all of the lesson plans ready to go, scripted, all of the supplies and the materials, everything is in your class ready to go. But if you need to access more than that, please go to the Launch Children's Ministry page, which is st-anne.org/launch. And under there, you'll see a Catechist resource button, which has the calendar for the year. It's got all the lesson plans that are on the Google Drive, and it even has a way for you to request subs in there if you need that. So talking about a sub, again, the best way to do it is through the sub request page. But if we're getting closer to that 48-hour mark before your class, I would like for you to text, call, or email me, please. Here is my phone number that's right on there, 770-906-5633, and let me know, because we may not be checking that page on a daily basis, but I definitely see my texts all the time. We get the sub for you, so don't sweat. And you don't need to tell us a reason or anything like that. Even if you just want to have a day off, we're here to help get that covered for you. So what do you do upon arrival? Upon arrival, we do have designated parking right in front of the launch area so that you don't have to keep circling the parking lot, especially during mass days trying to find a parking spot. We've got it sectioned off for you here. Please be here 15 minutes prior to the start time of your class, and the start times that are listed for when you should be here are right there for you. But that way we don't have any students coming into an empty classroom, which can be a safety issue. All staff is going to be outside doing carpool, so there's not enough of us around to watch different classrooms. And if you are going to be running a little bit late, please communicate with your co-catechist, your co-teacher, so that they know. Checking in and out. So once you have arrived into the building, you will go down the hall and then take a left. And on Sundays, we will have tables out for you because there's a lot of teachers on that day. So we have tables out with all your information, your rosters, your sign-in, your name badge, etc., that you can get there. And Monday and Tuesday, you go a little further down the hallway, and it's at the check-in station that we have everything that you'll need. And in your classroom, you'll find, again, all of your supplies, all your materials, everything. Here's an example of a sample cubby that you'll see that's ready to go. It's got all the bins, pictures of everything that should be in there. As you see, there's boxes with all the supplies and stuff, the prayer table bag, cleaning supplies for sanitizing and tissues and all that kind of stuff. And then we've added this colored bin this year. In this picture, it's a blue bin, but it's going to be in all the classrooms. And that's for if you want to keep anything there, like your student name tags or your own name badge or anything else that you personally want to have in your classroom on a constant basis, then you can keep them there, like your water bottle, etc. If you need anything or anything is missing, please let Lynn Hodges know. So for the first day of class, arrive a little bit earlier than normal so that you can make sure that everything is set. We definitely don't want any kids who are already extremely nervous to arrive to an empty classroom, because that'll freak them out. They'll think that they're not in the right place. It is a whole mess. So please make sure that you are here well in time. You can have a handout about yourself if you would like to send that home with your students or to the parents who drop them off. If you want us to print out that handout for you, just email me the information and we'll have copies ready for all of your students. So you might want to put just a little picture of yourself and then a little blurb about what you do or your family life or etc. like that if you wanted to. Totally optional. The lesson plans do begin on day one. So the first day is not just a fluff day. However, we will have several get to know you activities, and we will not have worship that week so that you have that extra time for those get to know you activities and to go over your classroom rules. If you see any kids that are lost or that come to your class and you don't see them on your roster, please send them to the main office so we can figure out what happened. They may have been switched to a classroom last minute, or sometimes people show up that didn't actually register and we need to get them through the registration process. We are now a zero waste facility at St. Anne's. And so what that means is that we're going to be providing you with a special gift so that you can have for the whole year a water bottle for you if you would like to utilize that. And within the classrooms, we are asking for there to be minimal amounts of waste. I know that not everything is going to be actual zero waste, but we're trying to achieve that as much as possible. And so if we are having snacks or classroom parties or anything, we ask that you either use compostable plates or get them from us, and that any food waste that you have is going to be dumped into these compostable bins or bags that we provide for you. So if you are a pre-K class, you do a weekly snack, and we will provide you with a large gallon Ziploc bag in which you can put any extra food waste into. And then we also have a bag for the compostable plates and napkins and cups and things that we have there. If you're doing big parties, then we're going to send out some more information to you, but we do have compostable cups and plates and napkins and all those kinds of things that we're going to do, and we'll show you where all the bins that you need to put that stuff is. If you have any questions, just ask us in the launch office. So let's go for some Virtus review, because it may have been a little bit since you took your last Virtus class. So remember, it needs to be you plus two, so not you alone with a child in a space. So in the picture here, we have a teacher that is helping a student with something. And if you look around the library, it's completely empty. And that's something that we're not allowed to do here at St. Anne's. There should always be a witness with you if you're not in a very visible, very public space where everybody can see. A classroom is not considered a very public space because there are corners where people can't see. So if a student arrives to a classroom and it's just yourself, you don't have a co-teacher, you don't have another child there with you, if you will please stand in between the doorway and the hall. And then if another child arrives, then you can walk into the classroom with them. But remembering that the rule is always you plus a child and a witness. Very important. And then if you have any suspicions about any type of abuse in any way, you need to report them. If it's an adult volunteer misbehaving in some kind of way, you're going to come and tell me. If it's a student that seems like they're in an abusive situation, we will call the Department of Family and Child Services. All right, for your attendance, you're going to pick up those attendance records when you first come in and then take them back to the classroom, but you're not going to complete your attendance until after worship. We're going to allow kids a little bit to be able to arrive here, and then you're either going to mark the child as being here with a check mark, or you're going to put ABS for if they are absent. This is a computer record here, so we don't have check marks on that. It's just an X, but on your attendance sheet, if you'll put a check mark there or ABS for absent, please. And then if there are any students that come to your classroom as a guest for that week, sometimes they guest if they can't go on a different day, we will let you know in advance. And if you'll just write that child's name at the end of the report and on the day that they attended, we'll give them that credit for what they need. If you have any new students and we haven't put them on your attendance sheet yet, please write their full name in there and check the date that they were there, and then write the word next to it that says new, so we know that we need to add them to the attendance sheet for you. If you also see on this sample attendance sheet, there's different colors of students, and those will indicate what kind of photos they can have taken of them. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Emergency procedures are listed in every classroom. And what to do during those emergency procedures is also listed in the classrooms. So there is a information for code purple lockdowns, for code blue, which is our tornado inclement weather, code orange, missing child, code green, all clear, and fire alarm, just getting out. So if you have any questions about that, we're going to go more over code purple in a very detailed video once we've got that audit coming up. But the rest of this information is found on the back of your door of each classroom and gives you information for what to do in exactly each situation. For worship, So at the beginning of all of our classes is when we're going to go to worship, just depending on where you go, might be different on the different days. So on Sunday, we start our classes with worship this year instead of ending. So we've kind of flipped that. We're changing our schedule a little bit. You will start with worship in the gym. Every single class is going up there. We're going to begin with worship all together. Our classes start at 8:40. You need to be up in worship by 8:45. Monday through Tuesday, you're going to go to the worship room in room 105, and we usually begin at 5 to 10 minutes after the hour, which will show on your lesson plan for there. And then we all head back downstairs. If any kids are not with your class by the time you head up to worship, don't worry, they'll come to the front office and Miss Lynn will get them where they're supposed to go. So for behavior information, we do have a new clear with pictures launched children's ministry rules in every classroom. They should be taped to all of your whiteboards or somewhere that's extremely visible. Please go over these rules with your children in the class and make sure that they understand them and that they are going by them. If they are starting to break these rules, they get one warning. And then after that, you need to take them to the office for a break. Now, you'll need to let the office people know if it needs to be a short break, like 5 minutes, or if they need to stay for the remainder of the class. If they need to stay for the remainder of the class in the front office, please bring the book that they're learning from so that they can finish the lesson with one of the staff members up here. And please do not wait to do this. The quicker on in your year that you set an example for a child is the better behavior that you're going to get. So you can start that behavior and the rules and the management right away, and that shows them that you mean business. Additionally, if you would like to have some other behavior tips, I do class points in my class. So if the kids are really doing like an excellent job and I'm seeing them, we'll write tally marks on the board. And if we get to like 5 class points or 10, depending on what time of the year we're in, then they can get one item from the treasure box. And the best way to start curving some behaviors is start erasing some of those points too. So if you got them 3 points and then they start getting too loud, take a point off. And that really will show them like, oh, you mean business. And they enjoy getting the rewards. But make sure they don't always get a reward or they will just come to expect it. Definitely have some days where, I'm sorry guys, we just didn't earn it today. We're going to try better next week. Taking photos. If you would please take photos of your kids, unless they have those color codings next to their name on the attendance sheet, and then you can add them to our Launch Children's Ministry Google Photo Drive, which the parents love to see, or you can send them out on your weekly emails. We also have them on like Facebook pages and ministry updates and different other things that we utilize them for, but just make sure that you are following the parents' wishes on if they can be in an internal photo, which means on the Google Drive, or an external photo, which means just anywhere. All right, your launch leader role. What are we asking from you, please, other than to impart the amazing message that God loves them? So in addition to that, you and your co-teacher partner will decide how you want to split up your roles. So are both of you teaching every week, but just different parts of the lesson? Is one of you teaching one week, one is teaching the other week? Is one person more taking the lead and the other person is assisting? We would like for you guys to discuss that and see what you feel works best for you. Come prepared by reading the emails and making sure that you know what's at least going on that week, and arriving on time or ahead of time so that we make sure that those students are in a safe environment and not on their own. If you are getting frustrated with the lessons or the activities or how things are going, or students in the classroom, please reach out for help before it gets to a point where you're just at complete frustration. There have been so many times in the past that we've learned about issues close to the end of the year and not at the beginning. And at that time, it is a little bit difficult to change things, but we could have curbed a lot of those things right away had we known. And then don't forget to communicate with your class, please. So if you write emails to them and letting them know what is happening or days that we have off, they listen to you a lot more than they listen to us, and including photos they love. So for carpool, depending on what day of the week that you are assisting us, it will depend on what carpool will look like for you guys. If you are doing a Sunday class, you will have carpool duty about once a semester or so, and you are doing carpool drop-off help with me. So you would be helping to open the doors, just making sure the kids get out of the car safely into the classrooms. If you're helping for a duty on Monday and Tuesday, you're helping with pickup. So instead of getting out of the car for the kids, you're going to help them to get into the car and make sure that they are getting there safely and not getting run over. On Sunday, we do have a new schedule that we are going to try for carpool pickup. And so it will be from 10 until 10:25. All students are able to be picked up in the classrooms. But after 10:25, like the second it hits 10:25, please bring all remaining students down to the Denellen Cafe, which is right across from the launch main office. It's room 102. And we are going to hang out in there until carpool can officially start at 10:40. We need to let all the mass traffic get out of the way, and then we can begin carpool. And so I'll put on some fun videos for them to be able to watch while they're waiting. If anybody is able to stay and help with that, because I know that's a lot of extra time, we're going to be finished with carpool around 10:55, and you would be missing the 10:30 mass. So if you are a 10:30 mass goer, please don't stay. But if you're not, like if you're like me and you go to a different later mass, if you can stay, that would be super fantastic. We would love for your help there. All right, so we're now down to the mission. What are we here for? It's not a mistake that God brought you here. It's His purpose to use you to bring those in your care into a closer relationship with Him. So that is your goal. That's your mission. That's your purpose here in Launch. Even though we might be doing fun or silly games or crazy snacks or activities or experiments, all of that is the purpose to have them learn that our relationship with God is fun and amazing and accessible and memorable. So it might seem sometimes like all you're doing in class is glorified babysitting or trying to get the kids just through this lesson. If that's what it feels like, let us know. We can try to help you with any of that. But our purpose is to try and get them in any way exposed to their relationship and the knowledge that God loves them. So that's what we're all doing here. And share your experiences, share what you've got, and help them out through that. And we're here to help you. After that, if you have any questions, let me know. Myself, Kristen Ott, Isabella, Susan, Lynn, we're all here to help you. And again, thank you for blessing us. Have a great year.